Om Shri Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan. For today's satsang, we have Sister Gayatri Kaustubh Korde. She has been working with HDFC Bank for the last 20 years. She has been a Balvika student from 1974 to 1990 and is blessed to have had the opportunity of garlanding our beloved Swami at the age of 5 at Ooty. She completed her graduation from Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur in BSc Mathematics. She is blessed with Mr. Kaustubh Korde, entrepreneur in food safety standards, as her life partner. Let us enjoy this session. Jai Sairam.
Sairam, you can go ahead, Sairam.
Sairam, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, very much audible, very much audible.
Okay. I offer my humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I thank Thani Samiti for giving me an opportunity to share my experience as to how Swami's presence in my life has made me a good human being, not only a good human being, but also a good professional. So it all started in 1974 when I was barely 3 years old. My Aji, that is my maternal grandmother, was a friend of Erode Samiti Aji. We used to call her very fondly as Pati. Pati in Tamil means, grandmother. So one day my maternal grandmother met up with Erode Samiti Party and they started discussing, at which point of time Erode Party said, we have this Balvikas going on, why don't you put all your kids in Balvikas? So we were 5 children, that is my mama's 3 kids and 2 of us, me and my older sister, 5 of us, and I was barely 4 years. At that was the time I was first introduced to Swami's, in terms of coming into association with Swami. I remember I used to go very obediently and I used to sleep in the Balvikas class because as a child of 4 years, you really don't know what is happening. But I would make it a point to go there. I would attend Balvikas class compulsorily. Maybe for some time I would sleep, but I would necessarily make it a point to attend. It so happened that our Balvika's guru, we call him again very fondly Sai Anna, who has always been our driving force till now. One day he mentioned the Swami is coming to Ooty and we must go and have his darshan. That was when I was 5 years old. I did not know what was happening, what was in store for me. We all went from Erode Samiti. Suddenly I saw Swami in front of me. As a child of 5 years, I knew that, he is God and we have come to have his darshan. But little did I know that I was a chosen one by Swami. When Swami was coming, we wanted to, our Erode Samiti, Sayana wanted to put garland to Swami. And because I was the youngest one and I was a chosen one, I was lifted. And actually Swami was so kind, such a compassionate mother that he was. He actually bent down, made sure that, I could reach out to him. And I was blessed to have got the opportunity of garlanding Swami when I was barely 5 years. It didn't stop there. As I said, Swami being such a compassionate mother he is, that he said, where are you coming from? And I remember him asking me in Tamil. So I said, I'm coming from Erode. So he said, oh, such a far distance you are coming from. Have you eaten? And 5-year-old child doesn't know. So I said, no, Swami. He said, you must be very hungry. He made us all sit in the front row and he called for snacks. He called for his favorite laddu and some chaklis and some snacks. And he actually served us with his own hand. That was the first instance of change that came into my life because of Swami. We all started going to Balvikas. Thereafter, we were very regular. One thing I would always give credit, one thing I would always take pride in saying that I am a Balvika student, because as a Balvika student, we were taught the correct human values. The integrity, the human values were actually taught because we were a part of Swami's Balvika's class. It so happened that I completed my course, and we were around, I was giving my 10th exam. We were going through a lot of financial difficulties, and we had to shift to a house without electricity. And at this point of time, I was giving my 12th exam. All that I knew was, I knew that Swami was with me, and he always says, why fear when I am here? I remember giving the exam, there was no electricity in the house, and I used to study under the street light. And I always had only one thing, that I will pray to Swami and he will take care. It so happened that the exam went beautifully, and I scored excellent marks in maths, physics, chemistry. It was about 96%, all aggregate 94%. And I wanted to study in Swami's college, which was in Anantapur, which was for girls. I gave the exam, and here I was, who studied in Tamil medium till 10th, moved to English medium for 11th and 12th, but did not know how to speak in English. But I knew that if I wanted to do my studies, I wanted to study in Swami's college in Anantapur. I went for the exam. I came back, and I was only praying all the time that Swami, I strongly have the desire to come and study in your college only. Please take care. Please take care. That was the only prayer I always had. It so happened that after my exam results came, everybody said, you must do something in engineering because you've scored beautifully well. But I was only having one prayer that Swami, I want to study in your college, and please take me near you. I came back. I gave the entrance exam in Puttaparthi. The exam happened in Puttaparthi. I came back, and I, I was just praying, and it so happened that I was called for the interview. Now here again, Swami showed that he is always guiding, and I still remember. Probably I've not shared with many people. There I was sitting for the interview, and I only had one thing to pray to Swami. Swami, I don't know to speak in English. So this interview, you have to take care. Because I know only one thing, that I want to be in your college. And there it was, Swami's blessing and Swami's compassion as a towards me as a child. I went for the interview. There the interviewer asked two simple question in English, which was no rocket science. I could answer. He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Erode." "What is the capital of Erode?" I could answer. And then that's exactly what I was praying. Swami, please take care of this interview, because I know only one thing. I want to study in your college, and I want to come close to you. And I was praying that Swami, they should not ask me anything. They should only say that you've been a Balvika student. Can you sing a song? Is the only thing they should ask me. And there, after these two questions, the interviewer asked me, you have been a Balvika student, and can you sing a song? Can you sing a bhajan? And there I was crying, and I was giving, because I knew that he was there at that point of time. He said, "Gayatri, don't worry. I am there for you." I gave the exam, and and I cleared the interview because of again Swami's grace. I came back to Erode waiting for the result. And there the telegram came saying that Gayatri, you've been selected and you need to join immediately. At every point of time, I was somewhere thinking that Swami is testing my intention. Swami is testing whether I'm actually devoted to him. Again came a roadblock where my father said, I really don't have the money to take you and even give you an admission. I ran to Samiti. For us, at that point of time, everything was Samiti, Erode Samiti, and I could just sit in front of Swami's photo, and I was crying because I was saying, Swami, you brought me till here. Now it is your job to take me ahead. I came back home, and I still remember very, very clearly. I will never be able to forget Swami's blessings in abundance to me all the time. There, when I came back home, again, Erode Samiti Anna, he comes home, he tells my father, I am given to understand that you need, your daughter has got selected, but you have a financial crunch. Take this money, get her immediately in Swami's fold. And then I packed my bag. I went to Anantapur to do my studies. In so far, whatever roadblocks I have come across, I could feel his presence saying, if you have faith in me, just believe in one thing that I will take care and I'm there for you. I went to the college. I started, I mean, again, here is a person who doesn't know to speak in English, but joined BSc, where everyone was speaking only in English and I didn't know what to speak. I didn't know how to react. Second instruction, I had to take second subject, second medium, which was I had to choose between Sanskrit and Hindi. And unfortunately, I did not know both. I went to Hindi class on day one and I did not know what was happening to me. I came out and I told Swami, Swami, I don't know what to do. The only thing I can at least understand is little English. So I will take literature as the second subject and you have to guide me. I took literature, English as the second, special English it was called. I took special English. And again, Swami's grace, the teachers were, the professors were extremely loving and made sure that, that I was given the right, I was given the education, I was given the guidance, I was given the coaching, to the extent that one of the professors said, Gayatri, every time in the final year, we will give one student a chance to speak in the auditorium. And if you improve, probably you will be given the chance. And all that I could do was, I remember we used to attend prayer in the evening, we used to attend bhajan in the hostel every day. The only thing I remember in 3 years of my hostel stay was cry to Swami, Swami, please take care, Swami, please take care. I remember then in the final year, my professor called me saying, Gayatri, we have decided we want to give an opportunity to a final year student to address the entire college students, and that opportunity you have got. And again, I knew no bounds because here is Swami again saying, just trust me, have faith in me, and I will never leave you. So I completed my education in Anantapur. I completed my graduation, went back to Erode, and again came up with a lot of financial issues in the house. Therefore, I came to Mumbai in 1990 in pursuit of taking care of the family. So I came to Mumbai. Again, Swami was, every instance that I talk about, that I share with all of you, I cannot tell you how he has showered his love blessings on me. I came to Mumbai in 1990. So when I came to Mumbai, I saw an ad because I was desperately in need of a job, and I was looking at the advertisements that were on the newspapers, and I kept on applying. And here I am a BSc student. I wanted to be a teacher. So I remember, but out of sheer necessity to take care of the family, I said I will find a job which will help me. And again, I had applied for one opportunity through the advertisement. I went for the exam, and there were 2,500 people who had come for the exam. I came back saying, Swami, 2,500 people, and they said they will only select 25. You know my need right now. I desperately need a job because I have to take care of my family. And please, Swami, please help me. Out of 2,500 people who applied, finally 100 people got selected, and I got a letter saying I have been selected. Again, the only thing that I could do was thank Swami and for showering his love on me all throughout. But there again, Swami was testing me to see whether I have faith in him. I got selected, and I went for the rounds of interview, 2 rounds of interview. I cleared the interviews, and they selected out of 100 people only 25. Came back home, was continuously praying to Swami, saying, Swami, please help me. You know what I need to do. I want to take care of the family, and so please help me. Please help me. I got a telegram on the 7th day of my interviews saying, Gayatri, you've been selected. And at that point of time, I realized it was a job with ANZ Grindlays Bank, which was a multinational bank. I got selected and I was all ready to join. I was thanking Swami, saying, Ki, you've always shown me that I'm your special child. I'm a child who always has special blessings from you. So I was thanking Swami. But again, Swami wanted to test my faith. I got to know that though I was selected, my university from where I graduated, that is deemed university, they were not familiar with. So they put my candidature on hold. So despite getting the selection notice, despite asking me to join, I was told, no, your selection is on hold because we don't know which university you have graduated and that is not approved. We know you have done from Sri Satyasai Institute of Higher Learning, but it is not in our approved list for taking you. Again, I went back to Swami saying, Swami, what are you testing me for? I need this job. Please save me. I need this job and I know you will take care. 7th March, I had to join. This telegram came to me around 1st March saying my selection is on hold. And I was continuously praying, sitting in Mumbai saying, I need this job, Swami. 6th March, 5th March, I get a call. No, we have selected you and we have also got to know about this university. And now we have included this in our approved university list. And therefore you have to join on the 7th March. This, I got a call on the 5th March. And on the 6th March, I got a telegram and I had to join on the 7th March. So I joined ANZ Grindlays Bank on 7th of March. Swami's blessings continuously on me that after spending close to 10 years, I got selected in HDFC Bank. But again, after joining HDFC Bank also, the 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 instances that he has shown his presence in my life, I mean, it's something which is unbelievable. So after I joined HDFC Bank, uh, there were there were three clear instances where again only and only Swami could have saved me, and he did so. And one of the instances was where I was heading this branch in Churchgate. I was a branch manager, and I had a impeccable track record again because of Swami's blessings. I was doing very well. He was he was making sure that he always has his eyes on me so that I don't wander here and there. It so happened that there was a election in Mumbai, and hence election in Maharashtra, where all the banks had to be shut. It was declared a holiday, and it was mandatory that anybody and everybody who's above 18 has to be voting. And I did not realize the importance of this until I had called my staff, because we had some urgent work pressure. And I had called my staff saying, after you finish your voting, let's get back to work and let's complete this job. Now, little did I realize that this would backfire, because the BMC officials came on surprise visit to my area, and they found out that the bank was open. They interviewed people. They clicked pictures of the people of the branch being the where the people were present. And unfortunately, it so happened that three of the people who had come did not cast their vote, and they had come to the branch. So this became a very big issue, because BMC officials said that they will be publishing an article in the newspaper about how a bank doesn't follow the norms laid down by Maharashtra government. And I was a branch head, and I was facing the scrutiny here for calling people on election day for work. And I was so afraid about what would happen to my career. Again, the only option that you think of, and again, in all of this, Swami says, even if you forget me, don't worry, I will never forget you. I will never stop loving you. There again, it so happened that the inquiry happened, but it then turned out that it was, I don't know, Swami, how he doused the fire, but it turned out that there was an article published in the newspaper, and in the normal circumstances, the branch manager would have been downgraded, but Swami ensured that nothing could touch my reputation in the bank, and he made sure that I was saved. This was again instance where Swami was saying, yes, you forget me, I will never forget you. The second instance, it so happened that the branch had an audit. Obviously, as a bank, we undergo audit twice a year, one from the regulatory and one from the internal audit department. The internal audit department, because I made one statement, they were very upset, and they said, no, you cannot make a statement like this. It was a very casual statement that I could make as as a bank official. But they took an offense, and they said, no, we will not release your report. In banking parlance, if an audit report does not get released, it means that there is some unwanted practice that is happening in the branch, and therefore it can again call for scrutiny by senior management, action to be taken, employee to be actioned, and so on and so forth. Not just that the career graph would have gone down. So I remember we used to live opposite to Dharma Kshetra at that point of time. the I was told that you have to meet the head of audit. He will be questioning you on your branch audit process. I ran, it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I ran to Dharmakshetra because the meeting was at 4 o'clock. I prepared in the morning. I ran to Dharmakshetra at 2. I said, Swami, I don't know anything. You have to save me. I may have made a mistake, but I am a human being and I'm your child. I believe that I'm your special child. So you have to take care of me again. I don't know anybody but you who can do this. So you have to take care. So I informed my parents that I have gone to Dharmakshetra, and from there I went to meet my head of audit. Head of audit in HDFC Bank is the person who reports to MD directly, very, very senior person. There I'm sitting in front of him, and he started asking me, again Swami's grace, he started asking me, Gayatri, I know you are very good in following process, you're very diligent. Tell me about where did you do your college? And there again I said, so I studied and I didn't know until then that he is an ardent follower of Swami, and he comes to Dharmakshetra even today. I did not know about this, so I said, Mr. Chakrapani, I really don't know if you're aware that there is a university called Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. I'm a Balvika student and I'm a Swami devotee, Sri Satya Sai Baba devotee. Because if I tell him Swami devotee, I didn't know whether he would know. So I said, I'm a devotee of Sri Satya Sai Baba and I live opposite to Dharmakshetra. And I was just waiting for him to pounce on me because there is some findings which I could have avoided as a branch supervisor. And I was waiting for him to pounce on me, and there again saw me. Shows his presence, shows his grace, shows his love. He asks me, Chakrapani's next question is, oh, you are a Swami student. I said, sir, आपको पता है I'm a Swami student? I mean, do you follow Satya Sai Baba? He says, I go to Dharmakshetra often. In fact, my children have been treated because of his grace. And then the next word that came from his mouth said, no wonder when I speak to you, I can make out that you're a very honest person, very true to what you say. So I said, Mr. Chakrapani, the only thing I've learned, one thing I've learned because of my association with Swami and as a Balvika student is never lie and be true to yourself, and there is no need to hide anything. Just be honest to yourself, do your job, and the rest God will take care. So when I uttered these words, he said, I've always felt the honesty when you speak. Now you tell me where did this go wrong? I explained the situation to him. I said, Mr. Chakrapani, this is what has happened. And hence this, I know I could have avoided, but I am not going to lie, nor am I going to make any false certification, nor am I going to fabricate any record. What is there is in front of you. And I'm also telling you this is what happened. Because I knew at the back of my mind, if I'm Swami's student and Swami is anyway there, that is why otherwise this miracle would not have happened where Mr. Chakrapani, generally people fear for Mr. Chakrapani because he is very, very strict as far as the banking guidelines go. And here he talks about me being a Swami student, and he's asking me about my association, how I studied, what did I learn in Balvika's class. That moment he mentioned, and he said, okay, Gayatri, I will take a note. I will come back. On my way back, I was only praying, Swami, I know you are there. Because otherwise this miracle wouldn't have happened. Because mind you, in that floor where Mr. Chakrapani sits, people were thinking after Gayatri goes, because there were some findings there will be a lot of noise. Mr. Chakrapani will be taking Gayatri to task on these, and there was absolutely no noise, and I came out smiling. So people were wondering what happened, and I knew that it was nothing but Swami's grace, again in abundance, to me saying, Gayatri, don't worry, I am there for you. I came out, and after 2 days, the report got released as satisfactory and with absolutely no, nothing could harm, nothing could create any harm to the reputation of the bank, because I was really worried that I'm working for this bank which is giving me my bread and butter, and I don't want any harm to be done for the reputation of the bank. And it so happened that the report was released very, very satisfactory. So continuously instances like this, Swami has always shown, again, I believe that I'm a Swami's special child. The third instance was so that somewhere around 2016-17, it was 5 years since I had become a vice president in HDFC Bank, handling a very large responsibility. But 5 years, there was no sight of any promotion. And as always, one as a human being, one tends to worry about these things. And as a normal human being, I started worrying, saying, Swami, I am doing my job, I'm doing my duty. In fact, I'm doing more than anyone could have asked me, because my conscience doesn't permit me to give anything below 100%. So, Swami, why am I not getting promoted? It so happened that that day I was reading something, and that message was flashing in front of me saying, do your duty, rest will follow. So I thought Swami is sending me a message, Gayatri, do your duty, I am there. It happened that around 2018, and then I started praying, Swami, you brought me till here from a small child in Erode who didn't know to read English to me now in HDFC Bank as a vice president. This journey is because of you, and you have only taken me here, and hence I leave it to you. From here, where I go, is is your responsibility. I am not going to come and ask you now, Swami, that I want this. I've asked for things, and as a mother, as a special child to me, you've always given me. So now I'm not going to ask you, because I think I've asked you enough, Swami. All that I need is please take care of me, because I at no point of time I would want to have anything where my progression is delayed. But I know you are there to take care of me. So I leave now this to you. You know best. You brought me till here. You will take me ahead. It so happened that I used to go to Dharma Kshetra for Sunday bhajans. I used to again pray, Swami, please take care, please take care. I'm not going to ask you. It was a kind of a dialogue between me and Swami. Swami used to say, why you keep on asking for material things? Why is it that your demands are never over kinds? So I said, Swami, I'm not going to ask. I think I've been greedy enough. You know what needs to be taken care of. Your God. So I'm going to leave everything to you, and you will take care. So I remember it was April, one fine morning. It was not April, it was June. And the April is a general promotion cycle. This was in 2018. April cycle, my name was not there. So I said, maybe Swami's wish that it shouldn't happen this year. And since I've left it to Swami, I shouldn't question why it is not happening. It is his will. So April cycle went off, and I started focusing on my work, saying, you have to do your best. Swami says, do your job, leave the rest to me. So get back to your get your focus back. So I started focusing on my job. June 2018, one day in the morning, I get a call from my boss saying, Gayatri, have you seen the employee portal. So I said, no, I've not seen. I've been busy with customer meetings. I've not seen. He said, log in and I will hold on. You log in. I said, what happened? You tell me what happened. He said, no, you log in. I will hold on. So I didn't know because it was not even an appraisal cycle. I was not even due in June. I was due in April. It didn't happen. I logged in. The message flashed saying, congratulations, you've been promoted as Senior Vice President in HDFC Bank. So this instance he has made me again believe that you believe in Swami, leave it to him. He is there to take care. But at the same time, do your responsibility, do your job, do what is required as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a spouse, do your job, and the rest I will take care. So if I look at my experience so far, every instance he has only taught me that I am there, I will take care. The association with the Erode Samiti, I am forever grateful, because had it not been Erode Samiti party, who met my maternal grandmother way back in 72, 73, I would not have come into his fold. So today, if I'm able to discharge my responsibility as a human being, as a professional, I can count Swami's blessings in every single moment of my life, starting from the time where when I was giving my exam. In fact, yet another incidents which in my 12th, where Swami told me that I am there, don't worry whether the lights in your house is there or not there, I am there. So it so happened that I had my physics exam and I was studying till about 10 o'clock, but I was very, very sleepy. So I had told my father, wake me up at 4 o'clock. I have to study because I have my physics exam. And in the night, anyway, under the street light, you can only read so much. So I want to get up in the morning and read. I slept in the night. Next day morning, when I woke up, it was 7 in the morning and I had my exam at 9. So I started telling my father that, why didn't you wake me up? I've not studied. How will I give my physics exam? I don't have electricity in the house. How will I give my physics exam? Because this is a do or die situation for me. This marks will help me go to the next to go to the next level in terms of my graduation. So my dad said, Gayatri, you woke up in the middle of the night. You studied till 3 o'clock. You went to sleep only at 3 o'clock. So you studied enough. And I had no knowledge about what I did. Probably in my sleep, out of fear that I didn't study, I would have studied. So I went for the exam again. I prayed, Swami, I don't know what I'm going to do. I should have studied, but my dad says I studied, whereas I don't remember. Yes, I've done the revision, but you please take care. There again, Swami was there. The exam went very well. I scored 96% in physics. Again, if I look at all the examples, rather this few examples that I've shared, the message from Swami is very clear that I'm there, whether you remember me or not, I am there with you. I will be there always for you, taking care because you're my child. At the same time, do your job, leave the rest to me because I know what is right for you. I also know what is not only right for you, when is it a right time to give it to you. So have that patience and have belief in me, and I will take care. So, so So I take this opportunity also to thank Erode Samiti, my gurus, Balvika's gurus, several of them, Sai Anna, Kannanna, Karupaya Anna, Mayappan Anna, several of them, because of continuous guidance, continuous Swami's blessings, today I'm here to share my experience with you. I thank once again Thane Samiti for having given me this opportunity to share my experience, Swami's miracle, so many miracles he has performed in my life, which is why my life has been transformed to where I am today. So I take this opportunity to thank Thane Samiti once again for giving me an opportunity to share my experience about Swami with all of you. Thank you so much, Sairam.
Sairam, sister, it was phenomenal. You have another 20 minutes, but if you think that this is all, I would like to only say that the experiences that you have gone through was phenomenal. We have only read about, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar studying under the streetlight, and we have a contemporary person who has done so great. And but for the remembrance that you have had about Swami, I mean, I feel that, that was the pinnacle in your devotion to Swami. And of course, he has always been remembering you. That's why you were able to remember him. And the milestones that you have crossed, phenomenal, ma'am. I don't have any words to say. And I thank you very much, because your session is going to be a motivating session for the Balvikas children of Thane Samiti and all the parents in the Thane Samiti whose children are either studying in Balvikas or studied in Balvikas, or they will be studying in Balvikas. It's a great moment for all of us. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences with us. And we will complete this with Om Shanti 3 times, and we will close the program. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot on behalf of Thane Samiti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, Sairam to all of you.
Sairam,
Sairam.
Sairam,
Sairam,
Sairam.
Sairam.
Sairam, Sairam.
Sairam.